Hello, everyone. Oh, nope, nope, nope. Yes. Okay. Yeah. There we go. There we go. Hello, everyone, and welcome to my channel. Yeah. As you guys can see, I am not at my home office. I am indeed actually in the business center. So I gotta, need to change. And also, I'm trying to play with this new setup since I will be leaving for a month for Texas. So I gotta make sure everything is top notch for you guys. Now, for those that are brand new to my channel, hello, welcome. My name is Rosita. I am a vocal and language coach, meaning not only do I teach people how to speak in different languages, I also teach people how to sing in them as well. Now, I was supposed to actually host this class last night, and usually on Wednesdays at this time, we will do it in English listening comprehension. But I could not make it last night. So, and since my mixer's not working, we can't do listening comprehension. So we're just swapping days. Ooh, I know, I know. But for the next couple of hours, my friends, we are going to be learning a lot of English. So, who's ready for this? Yeah? Are you ready? Are you ready? All right. So, for beginners, okay, for the first hour, we're going to focus on beginner English here. We're going to be focusing on the simple past. The goal here is for you to be able to communicate in the past and being able to conjugate the verbs to conjugate regular verbs correctly. Now, at any point, if you guys have questions, please don't hesitate to ask. Okay, my goal for you is generally I want you guys to understand. I want you guys to use this knowledge to help you improve your conversation. Okay, so let's get started. Let's do this. Let's do this. All right, I am going to go ahead. We're going to do share iPad. There we go. So the simple, oh wait, this is the, hold on, give me a second. I couldn't sworn. Please hold. Oops, I meant the simple past. Hold on. Nope, nope, there we go. None of you guys saw that, right? ¿Verdad? O también, sí. Hola, Richard. ¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo le va? Here we go, aquí estamos. So, ¿cuándo usamos el pasado? When do we use the simple past? Well, we're going to use the simple past to express actions or events that had happened in the past. Let me write that down for you guys. We use the simple past to talk about completed past actions and events. I am doing well. Thank you for asking, Richard. Now, en español, tenemos dos maneras en describir el pasado, ¿verdad? In Spanish, we have two ways to describe the past, tenemos el pretérito y también tenemos el imperfecto. We have the preterite and we also have the imperfect. And in Japanese, we have a negative past and we have a positive past. Now, with that, we do have something similar. But in English, my friends, there's only one way in how we describe the past. So we don't have to worry about the preterite. We don't have to worry about the imperfect. No necesitamos preocuparnos del pretérito, del imperfecto. Now, one way that you guys are able to identify if we are going to need to use the preterite is by checking out the time words. Yeah. So, words, whoa, I don't know what just happened. Okay, let's just go with that. Words like yesterday, kino, ayer, or last night, anoche, or 2 months ago. Any word that indicates the past. Okay? So, for an example, with yesterday, I walked my dog yesterday. So, please and repeat after me. I walked my dog yesterday. So, here we see walked, which is conjugated in the simple past. And we are going to go over the conjugations of regular verbs today. Then we have words like last and ago. So last puede significar anoche otra vez. They went to the movies last night. I ate Chinese food last night. True story. It is delicious. Ah, my friends, these are not the adverbs of time. Verbs and adverbs are different. We will be talking about adverbs in intermediate English. Estos no son adverbios, sino verbos. Then we have ago. She got a new job 2 months ago. Or 6 weeks ago, we moved to New York. And then when. Pues en español sabemos cuando usamos when es cuando. So, cuando era 15 años, ¿va? When I was 15 years old. We are talking, or rather, we are referring to the past. So, therefore, we need to change the verb form into the past tense. Now, before we continue, are there any questions? ¿Estamos bien? Mejor, todavía están despiertos porque yo sé que algunos para ustedes son las 7 o las 8 o las 10. Okay. You're so good. Awesome. That's what I love to hear. Okay. So let's go ahead and talk about the form. Now, a common way to form the simple past is to add the ending ed to the end of the verbs. Okay? Again, this applies only to regular verbs. Para los verbos irregulares, pues tienen otros tipos de cambios. Okay? There are other kinds of verb conjugations that will happen, like the verb to be. And let's discuss the verb to be. Now, en español sabemos que el verbo to be significa ser o estar, ¿verdad? In Spanish, we'll know this as ser or estar. Now, when conjugating the verb to be, there are two forms. We have was and were. So in the chat, I am going to write the proper conjugations. So, I was. You were. He was. She was. It was. We were. They were. So as we can see, when we use was, it's going to be for the singular pronouns. And were is going to be plural. But then what about you? Well, don't forget, the pronoun you in English can either be singular or plural. So that's why we're going to use were. And we are going to be doing some exercises with to be. Actually, let's go ahead and do that now. It's coming. There we go. So let's go ahead and choose the correct answer here. So Eva blank sick yesterday. Am I going to say Eva were sick yesterday or Eva was sick yesterday? Please write down your answers in the group chat or in the comments below. Am I going to say Eva were or Eva was? Okay, let's do number 2. We blank in the same class last year. We blank in the same class last year. Are we going to say there? We were in the same class last year or we was in the same class last year? Which would it be? Are we talking about, is the pronoun singular? Is the pronoun plural? plural. Nosotros es plural, ¿verdad? All right, let's look at number 3. I blank tired after a long day at work. Am I going to say I were tired? Or am I going to say I was tired? And you guys can go ahead and check on the chat too, since I wrote down the rules. Not encouraging guys to cheat, but they're notes. Mm-hmm. 4. The weather blank beautiful yesterday. I'm going to make this bigger. The weather blank beautiful yesterday. Am I going to say the weather were beautiful yesterday or the weather was beautiful yesterday? Now we have to think about this. Is weather a singular noun or is it plural? The suspense, ¿verdad? ¿Qué sería? ¿Qué sería? The weather was. Mm-hmm. All right. I'm tagging some of the students here to make sure that they know that ESL is happening. Okay. Last semester, my teachers blank very good. Last semester, my teachers blank very good. Am I going to say last semester my teachers were very good or my teachers was very good? So teachers, is it plural or is it singular? This is going to help you know if we're going to use was or were. How about now? Can you hear this a little bit better? Were. Make sure that this is on. Okay, good. Sorry, I have a mic right here. All right. The children blank hungry after so much exercise. The children blank hungry after so much exercise. Am I going to use were or was? The wind blank very strong last night. The wind blank very strong last night. Am I going to use the wind were very strong last night or the wind was very strong last night? Check, check. Let me know if this is better, Richard. Wind, el viento. Actually put this over here. It's actually getting a little chilly here. So the wind el viento era muy fuerte anoche. ¿Qué sería? Better? Yay! I'm glad. All right, blank. Oh, sorry. She blank very happy last week. She blank very happy last week. She were very happy last week or she was very happy last week? So is she plural or is she singular? Is she sing? Yes. She was because she is singular. That is correct. Good. They blank nervous on the first day of school. They blank nervous on the first day of school. Estaban nerviosos el primer día de clases. Are we going to say they were or they was? 긴쇼시대이다. Past? They equals ellos. Sí. Mm-hmm. Sige. Luckily, the windows blank closed during the rainstorm. Luckily, the windows blank closed during the rainstorm. Am I going to use were or was? The windows were closed or the windows was closed? Por suerte, las ventanas estaban cerradas durante la tormenta. 窓は閉められていました。Yes, were. Because windows, the noun is plural. So therefore, we're going to use were. So let's see how you guys did. 9 out of 10. Let's see, let's see. And this is what we're talking about. ¿Verdad? Because she is singular. All right. Let's continue. So now let's go ahead to the conjugations of actual verbs. So let's look at the positive forms. Oh, and that reminds me at Yui. Forgot to tag Yui-san. How could I forget? Ah! Sorry. I just realized I forgot to tag one of my students. All right. So for affirmative verbs, so the positive past. I'm going to write this down. The positive past. We are going to put the verb plus ed. For an example, if I use the verb to talk, what I'm going to do is I am going to drop the to, then I'm going to have talk, then add ed, and then I have talked. I talked to my friends for hours yesterday. Let's look at another verb. Now, para mis español hablantes, en inglés, ¿cómo se dice trabajar? ¿Cómo se dice trabajar en el inglés? Para mis español hablantes. trabajar. 英語で仕事は何ですか？なんて言うですか？なんて言いますか？仕事。work, work. So here we have the verb to work. Then what we have, we're going to drop the to, so we're left with work. And then we're just going to go ahead and add ed, and then voila, we have worked. They worked until 7 p.m. last night. Now, one thing I do want to point out Look at the pronouns. I, they, she, my. This is a possessive pronoun, ¿verdad? No, the advanced class is at 6. Give it 30 minutes. We're doing a 2-hour stream, guys. Woo! And then I'm going to go Mimi's. Oh, no. I'm going to go to the top. All right. Because I need to investigate if Mexican soda does have chemical sugars in them. And hi. Okay. Anywho. So and actually, Annalise, I'm glad that you're here, to be honest, because I do, not to put you on the spot, Chica, but this is something that we both need to improve on for you. Because especially in the negative past. So notice how the pronouns are different, but the conjugations remain the same. So I talked. Yo hablé. But if I wanted to say, wow. If I wanted to say, they spoke, well, actually, no. No, mejor. Let me say, they worked. So if I want to say, I worked, I would say, yo trabajé, ¿verdad? But if I want to say, they worked, I would say, ellos trabajaron. But in English, it doesn't matter the pronoun, the conjugation remains the same. I worked, you worked, they worked, we worked, he worked, she worked. El verbo no cambia. It does not change. Any questions? Hay preguntas, mis amigos. Sorry, Richard. It's just when I think of tacos, everything just goes away. Ah, no se preocupe, no se preocupe. Now let's talk about the negative past. Now, both of you guys, my viewers here on YouTube, the negative past, we are going to use either did not or the contraction of it, didn't, plus the base verb. So again, we're going to be dropping the two. So for an example, I did not study Korean last night. My classmates didn't like my speech. Meh. But, and the students that I'm going to be talking to you indirectly, this is something that I want you to practice, okay, chica? We have any pronoun, any subject pronoun. Burn, but true, burn, but true. Once I get my business back and running to how it was before, oh yeah, I'm going to be studying my languages. I miss my language learning times. Anywho. Okay. But no, I actually do need to. I need to be the teacher that needs to practice what she preaches. So I need to refocus on that. Thank you. Okay. Sorry. Guilt. Okay. So you could say I did not or I didn't. You could say you did not or you didn't. You could say he did not or he didn't. I can practice Korean with you. What was the thing? Oh, yeah. It did not. It didn't. We did not. We didn't. They did not. Or they didn't. And then you put the verb. Do not conjugate the verb that comes after did not or didn't. Okay? You have the subject plus did not or didn't plus the verb. Do not touch it plus the object. So, for an example, he did not study French at school. Notice how the verb study has not been touched because I added did not before it. My classmates didn't like my speech. I did not conjugate like here. Why? Because I have a conjugated verb that I'm using that's already in the past tense. So, my friends, let's do the questions actually. Now, for questions, did you? I did not study Chinese at 10 a.m. Exactly. So, to ask a question, in the past, in the simple past, here we have did plus the subject plus the verb. Again, do not conjugate that verb. Why? Because you're starting the question with did, which is already indicating the past. It's conjugated in the past. So, did you call me last night? No, I did not call you last night. I was too busy eating Chinese food. Did she go on a trip last year? Okay. So, whenever you want to form a question in the simple past. We are going to start the question off with did plus the subject plus the object. Now, we're going to talk about the WH questions in another class. Now, let's talk about writing and actually look at the conjugations of the verb in the simple past. So we know that conversationally, we're just going to add ed to the regular verb. But what about writing? No, I did not, chica. I'm sorry. And I know you asked me that earlier too, but I have not paid attention to it yet or seen it. Okay. Oh, oh, no, that's a light, not the moon. Okay. So, if verbs, I'm gonna write this down in the chat. If a verb ends in e, we're going to add d. So for an example, to arrive, the past tense will be arrived. Now, if a verb ends in a consonant plus y, we are going to change the y to I and then add ed. So for an example, to carry, para llevar, pues llevar. So I'm going to change the y to I, and then I'm going to add ed, which gives me carried. Another example, to try, probar. So here, I'm going to change the y to an I because I have a consonant before the y. Tenemos una consonante antes la Y. So, then add D, ED, and then tenemos tried. Now, si el verbo termina con una vocal y después una Y, entonces vamos a agregar la ed. So, if a verb ends with a vowel plus y, add ed. Now, please note, guys, I am writing these notes into the live chat. Or if you guys are watching this through Facebook, I'm writing it in the comments below. So please be sure to check those comments and lesson notes. So for an example, jugar, to play. So all I'm going to do is just add ed And then we have played. Yay! Another verb, to stay, quedar. So we're just going to add ed. Ooh, I need to fix that in Stream Elements. For those that are watching this on Twitch, you might have seen this thing called Unlimited Group Lessons with Rosita, get your first month free. Disregard that. I am no longer partnered with Take Lessons. I do have my own VIP group classes, though, for $15 a month. And you guys will have unlimited access to all the classes that I teach. But when? I always post a schedule. If you like, Richard, I can send you the schedule. You can pay per month, que es $15 cada mes para las clases grupo. But clases grupo, híjole. Las clases grupales. That was Spanglish for you. Oh, tell me about it. I've been hearing things all day, just today. Oy, 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 oy. Finished, wait, what? Eh? Finished in another leather. Eh? Me, me confundí. ¿Qué? Para Richard. Oh, the last thing. Okay, so if the verb ends in a vowel, si la palabra termina con una vocal y después tiene una griega, entonces en inglés solo agregamos la ed. But no, for what I was telling my Twitch friends, please disregard that first month free. I'm no longer with TL. But if you guys are interested to join my VIP group classes that I host on Zoom, please DM me. Okay? When the verb's finished in another letter. Pero ¿cuál? So, si el verbo termina con una E, if the verb ends in an E, solo agregamos la D. We just add D. Si el verbo termina con una consonante y luego una griega, if a verb ends with a consonant and then has the letter Y, vamos a cambiar la griega a la I y luego agregamos la ed. So if a verb has a consonant before the Y, we're going to change the Y to an I and then add ed. Pero si el verbo termina con una vocal y luego una griega, if a verb ends with a vowel and then a Y, entonces, ya yo sé, agregamos ed. This is going to be a 2-hour stream, Annalise, just to let you know. I have to do advanced English at 6 p.m., but we're still rolling. We are still rolling. And then if a verb, now this is going to get confusing. If the verb ends in a consonant, and advance a las 6:09, no se preocupe. A consonant plus a vowel plus another consonant. We are going to double the final consonant and add ed. ¿Qué? What did I just say? Okay. Si el verbo termina en una consonante, una vocal y una consonante, vamos a doblar la consonante final y agregar la terminación ed. Si son las últimas 3 letras en el verbo y hay una vocal entre 2 consonantes, vamos a doblar la consonante final y luego agregamos la terminación ed. Por ejemplo, for an example. Yeah, this is a 2-hour stream. I'm going to keep on going. So in 7 minutes, we'll have advanced grammar. Don't worry. Because I'm streaming live, chica. So, por ejemplo, abrazar, to hug. So, tenemos una H, que es una consonante, U, que es una vocal, y tenemos, 6 minutos. 6 minutos at 6. Y tenemos una G, que es una consonante. So, entonces, ¿qué vamos a hacer? No. Va a ser a las 8. Because we're 2-hour difference. Because right now it's 7:54, right? Son las 7:54. ¿Verdad? So, para ponerlo en el pasado, en inglés sería hugged. Because we have an H, U, G. H, which is a consonant, a U, which is a vowel, and G, which is another consonant. Of course, Richard. Claro. For everyone. So that's why we're going to double that G. We're going to put an extra G and then add ed. Another example. Parar, to stop. So look at the last 3 letters. Miren las últimas 3 letras. Tenemos T, we have T, que es una consonante, which is a consonant. O, que es una vocal, which is a vowel, O. And then P, que es una consonante. That was Spanglish for you. La P, que es una consonante, we have P, which is a consonant. So we're going to add an extra P and then add ed. Stopped. Yeah. Yeah, the sun is almost set. So okay. All right. So that is the first half of this stream. We talked about the simple past. We talked about when to use it. We talked about sorry, give me 1 second here. We also talked about the verb conjugations of regular verbs and how it is written. And we talked about the conjugations of the first to be. The first view? Okay. So now what I would like to do for the advanced English. Oh, wasn't were. Yeah, that's what the conjugation, the past conjugations of the verb to be. Now, as we are still, mm-hmm, now I'm blonde. No, these are the highlights. This is what I was telling you guys about. This is now you can see it a lot more with the lighting. When do we use was and were? Well, was and were are the past forms of the verb to be. Was and were are the past forms of the verb to be. We will add ed to regular verbs to form the simple past conjugations. I'm assuming that means I got it. Unless if you misspelt my nephew's name. All right. So I'm just going ahead. I'm going to add advanced. Sorry, Annalise. Join us for advanced English. Same link. Same link. Please use the same link, please. Use the same link as above. Or rather, use the same link above. Please use the same link above. Yeah. Give me a second here. There we go. This is a whole course. I'm a wonder wall. Like, thank you. I'm glad I'm a wonder wall. Sorry, I'm going to wonderful. This is a whole course. I kind of figured because like I had two ESL classes back to back. They were both on YouTube, so I mean they were both scheduled one after the other. So then like why not? Why not just do a 2 hour stream for my ESL classes? Even though to be fair, to be quite honest with you, yesterday was supposed to be English grammar made easy. No, don't apologize. You're learning. Uh, but you know, Valentine's and all that. And then I was supposed to do listening comprehension today, which is usually at Wednesdays at 5 p.m. Pacific time. But apparently, according to my Zoom class, uh, no one could hear the music from my portable mixer. So I need to talk to my husband to figure out how we can work with this, and also why people can't hear music coming out from my Maono mixer, which worked in the past. People were able to hear music, but I need to figure out why that's the case. So that's why I had to cancel listening comprehension, and then I put English grammar easy today because you guys don't need to. You just have to listen to me. Okay. And I will, of course, on our Discord. Oh, I forgot to put. There we go. I forgot to put that. Of course, I am going to add the lesson notes and materials into our Discord, onto our proper channels, okay? All right, let's go ahead. Now, here we're learning about the past perfect tense. Now, the past perfect tense will have a different use than the simple present. Let's go ahead and take a look. So the past perfect is used for, I'm going to write this down for you guys. You are abandoning me for TL? Corazón, perdón, Richard, perdón. Mi corazón está llorando. It's okay, it doesn't bother me. No, no. I'll just leave it at your conscience. It's okay. Soy mala. No, nothing, Richard. It's just Annalise is abandoning me to go to a class at TL. Whatever. Okay. No, you're safe. You're nice, Richard, because you don't abandon me for TL. I like you, Richard. Well, I like you more now. Porque no me va a abandonar por take lessons. No me vas a abandonar por ellos. All right. A ver. See, you get extra points, Richard. Extra points. All right. Okay. So let me write this down. The past perfect is used for two actions that occurred. Aw, yes. Gracias. See? This is why I like you more now. You know what? You're officially now the top of my list. That occurred at different times in the past. So the past perfect in English is used for two actions that occurred at different times in the past. Now, in a past perfect sentence, so miramos aquí. The first past action, right, it's going to be further in the past. And it's going to use the past perfect. So the first past action will be conjugated in the past perfect. And the second past action, but I'll stay. Vamos a ver, vamos a ver. Solo escucho palabras, ya. Pues no escucho, pues leo palabras, pero. The second past action will be conjugated in the simple past. So let me just will be conjugated Now, I would like for you guys to please write this down. You were, Annalise. Era. Y luego me dices que me vas a abandonar por ellos. Y no sé si voy a recuperar de eso. Okay. Soy latina. Necesito ser dramática, ¿no? Come on, name one Latina who's not dramatic. Pues no sé, necesito pensar. I have to think clearly now. Okay, so the sentence pattern. The sentence pattern, and before I continue, guys, just for those that don't know what's happening, if you guys cannot see the chat, please know I am streaming in multiple platforms at the same time. I'm streaming on YouTube, I'm streaming on Twitch and Facebook. Yeah, Latina media. So if you guys are not seeing a particular conversation happening, that's the reason why I have all the chats linked together so I can see everyone. But you guys are not able to see each other's chats unless if you're watching me through that particular platform. Okay? But long story short, it's just a student is just abandoning me for a company that I used to, teach at. And yeah. But it's okay. I have you guys. Right? Okay. So the sentence pattern that we are going to use is going to be the subject plus had plus the past participle. But you know what? It's okay. It's okay because their free course is going to end, what, tomorrow, Friday? I don't know what day. Plus the past participle. And I'm going to make this just a little bit bigger so you guys can see. Ooh, that's a little bit too big. So for an example, por ejemplo, she had eaten dinner by the time I called her. So as we can see, one past action. Today is Wednesday. So almost, almost, casi. But still, mi corazón está llorando. Y ya está. All right. Está roto. Está roto ya. No se preocupe, Elise. Okay. So the past perfect is going to express one past action that had happened before another past action. Now, there are some time. A la gran puchica, que mala sos. All right. So, time words that will help you identify whether we should be using the past perfect or not will be by the time, when, or before. So if we look at the example that I wrote into the chat, she had eaten dinner. So had eaten, which is the past participle to eat. And then we have by the time. And then the other past action, which is going to be conjugated in the simple past. I said para Latina y media, ¿no? Para las latinas y latinas, sí, ni modo, soy latina. Sí, soy media, ¿no? Okay. So let's look at other examples. Everyone had left by the time I locked up. Everyone had left by the time I locked up. Todos se habían ido cuando cerré. Todos se habían ido cuando cerré. Which means you're dramatic and I'm dramatic and okay. Another example would be I had already sent the email about the stop sign. Okay. So, pues en español, el pluperfecto es como like ha ido. ¿Sí? So the sentence pattern here, you're going to use, well, actually, no, the past perfect would be había. Well, yeah, the past one, yeah. So, por ejemplo, si yo quería decir, I had loved. Había llamado. Había amado. Or I had lived. Había vivido. These are examples of the past perfect. So in español, that's why I said se habían ido cuando cerré. ¿Mejor? Cuán perfecto. Cuán, chigao. Plus perfecto. Plus perfecto. I had all, wait, did I already read, did I, wait, more. No, I did not finish reading my, okay. I had already sent the email about the missing stop sign before they fixed it. Isn't that because you forgot your password or something like that? So, por ejemplo, I had already sent the email about the missing stop sign before they fixed it. Entonces, en español voy a traducirlo como yo había enviado el correo electrónico sobre la señal de alto que faltaba antes de que lo arreglaran. Arreglaran, perdón. No. So I had already sent the email about the missing stop sign before they fixed it. En español sería, yo ya había enviado el correo electrónico sobre la señal de alto que faltaba antes de que lo arreglaran. Kind of. I'm kind of am. All right. So again, we can see here that we have the first part, the first past action is the first past action is conjugated in the past perfect. But for the second past action is going to be conjugated in the simple past. So before they fixed it. Now, I do want to talk about note number 1 here. No, I did not. Okay. Now, for some, if you guys are coming from my beginner class, this may get a little bit confusing. So it's okay if you guys don't understand this right now. Okay? And did you have dinner? Not did you had dinner? Did you have dinner? Did you have not had? We talked about this for the English grammar class made easy. You don't conjugate the second verb in the simple past because did already indicates the past. So you leave the verb alone. Okay. So here, this says when the dependent time, or rather, when the dependent clause begins the sentence, we usually use a comma. We don't need a comma when the independent clause begins the sentence There is no change in the meaning. ¿Qué? So what it's saying is that if we start the sentence with a simple past, we're going to add a comma before the quote unquote first past action. So here, by the time I graduated, I had made many new business contacts. So technically, you can start the sentence with the second past action, which needs to be conjugated in the simple past and then followed by a comma. And then you can add the first past action in the second part of the sentence, which is going to be conjugated in the past perfect. Give me a second here. I'm just responding really fast. And no, there is no change in meaning. So whenever you start the sentence with either the second past action or the first past action, doesn't matter its order, it's going to express the same meaning. Ujú. En español sería, pues, cuando la cláusula dependiente comienza la oración, generalmente usamos una coma. We don't need a comma. No necesitamos una coma when the independent clause begins the sentence. Cuando la cláusula independiente comienza la oración, there's no change in meaning. No hay cambio de significado. So, esas dos oraciones significan la misma cosa, solo estamos cambiando de cuál acción queremos empezar la oración. Good night. So by the time I graduated, I had made many new business contacts. Interchangeably, I could say I had made many new business contacts by the time I graduated. Ah, no. A la gran. Dame un segundito, porfa. Please hold. Yo hice algo que no debería. Give me a second, guys. Sorry. There we go. Okay. We're good. We're good. I fixed it. Oh my good. Oh my God. God is Dios. Ay, Dios mío. Oh my God. Okay. So let's go ahead and look at, let me bring this over here. We're going to match the first part of the sentence with the correct ending here. So let's look at this one. He couldn't buy the new computer because. He couldn't buy the new computer because I had gone shopping the day before. He couldn't buy the new computer because she had lost her doll. He couldn't buy the new computer because they had watched a scary movie. He couldn't buy the new computer because he had spent all his money. Or he couldn't buy the new computer because she hadn't watered them. Which one am I going to use here? 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5? Think of the meanings. He had spent all his money. That's correct. Yes, number 4. Let's look at the next one. The kids couldn't fall asleep last night because I had gone shopping the day before. She had lost her doll. They had watched a scary movie, or she hadn't watered them. So 1, 2, 3, or 5. Three. Ooh, that's a good idea. Maybe we should watch a scary movie tonight. The little girl was crying because I had gone shopping the day before. She had lost her doll, or she hadn't watered them. ¿Qué sería? 2. I didn't have to buy groceries because I had gone shopping the day before, or she hadn't watered them. 1, yes. And her plants died because 5. She hadn't watered them. Okay, so let's do a quick recap here. So we learned that the past perfect, when we use the past perfect, is to express two actions that occurred at a different time, that occurred at different times in the past. We know that the first past action is going to be conjugated in the past perfect. The second past action, regardless if you start the sentence with this or you end the sentence with this, it's going to be conjugated in the simple past. As you guys can see here, she had No, not there. By the time I graduated, I had made many new business contacts. So this is the second action because this indicates that she did this action before this had happened. But the first past action is conjugated in the past perfect tense, regardless if it starts or ends the sentence. That's going to be the biggest takeaway here. We are going to continue on. We're going to do matching B. We're going to discuss more of the notes. And then I shall give you guys a quiz. Now, before we end our stream today, do you guys have any questions for me before we end? ¿Todavía están despiertos? Are you guys still awake? ¿O están dormidos? All right, guys. That is. I don't. Okay. Sounds good. All right, and if you guys like these streams, please help us. Help me actually. Support this channel. You can see a QR code that links to our Patreon. This will allow me to continue to give you guys free classes. And also with a $5 fee, you guys will have access to our Discord, in which you guys will receive the lesson notes and materials, which will include audio, writing, reading, and more. And plus, you'll have access to people who want to talk, who want to speak in English, which I'm going to do a better job in trying to engage more into the conversations myself, so you guys can actually start talking. And I understand the fear of speaking to someone in that targeted language. But that's honestly the best way. And if we are able to correct each other, that's going to help us build the confidence. We are a supportive group here on our Discord. We are a fam bam. We're a language fam bam. So for $5, which supports our channel and access to the Discord, it's a win-win situation. And until next time, guys, I shall see you guys soon. Happy learning, everyone. When it's not just